Hello, hello. This is part 4 and the final part for the van. But in the future, there are going to be some changes because Wednesday, I think it would be, is when the van life episode series kind of thing in Bloxburg starts. And during episode 1, I was doing one of the daily objectives and I had to add something inside of the van. And I decided, okay, well, maybe, for day 2, which I had just recorded, that I need to save up money to, basically try and build a second story to the van. You're like, Kitty, what? It's like, yeah. I'm gonna be building a second story. So in this part, I did try to add a second story originally because I thought, well, maybe I could, make the upstairs more my bedroom and the bathroom. And then I decided, you know what? No, it's too much time, too much money. I want to think about just that first. And now I kind of regret it because now I am flat broke. And you're like, okay, why don't you just go to work then to get money? Like, you have the excellent employee and all of these little bonuses. It's like, well, as you guys are aware of, this is my retirement home where I'm not, and I had mentioned this, I believe in the beginning of part 1 or part 2, about how I'm not going to be working no more and we're going to be gardening as our only source of income. And yeah, so far gardening, it's not looking the best. It's very expensive. And I also, because I don't want to spend money on making food, I decided to add the plants where I can harvest food off of them. And here we are now. Yeah. So basically, day 2 of it was stressing me out because we had bills to pay and I was adding stuff in. I entirely forgot about it. And then once I came back and noticed that the bills were $200 and I didn't have $200, I started to stress out. I was like, come on, I need to get these bills paid. And yeah, and we're like, okay, you just talked about how you're getting all these plant stuff like that as one of your sources of income. Well, because I don't have any food inside of the mini fridge, I had to first harvest whatever I can get and then sell whatever I wasn't going to need for a little bit. So there's that. And then for the corn on the cob, I realized, not corn on the cob, for the corn stalk, I thought I can just sell them without it being in a planter. And then once I realized I couldn't do that, I had to buy planters. And I'm still missing one more planter for one of the corn stalks. So, yeah. Very, very fun. Very fun. So day 3, which should be probably recorded either today or tomorrow, depending. You guys will pretty much, I think day 3 is when I'm going to try grind as much as I can get, because I'm going to need at least 10 to 15k if I want to work on the upstairs, because obviously I already have my bed made, and if I want to add anything else for the upstairs, it probably will be added. And then the shower, it's still going to be outside, but the toilet is going to be inside. So yeah, and honestly, that's pretty much about it for the little Bloxburg series for now. And yeah, okay, so now so about 2 weeks ago, I found out that I was going to have to make a school project, and how to make it is, yeah, basically I made like what I had, the idea of it, what I wanted to do, and the person who I was spending the night with, which was a family member, they showed it to one of the people they know and I knew, and they had criticized it pretty harshly. And basically, a fact about me is I like dolls. Like, Kitty, what? Or you're almost an adult and you like dolls still? Like, yes, I do. I like the way they are painted, the way they're crafted and stuff like that. Simply because when making a doll, it's still a piece of art. And I like the porcelain dolls, the sculpting, that's basically what my idea was. Because the project was to make something that resembles the kind of music you listen to. And I was going to make something like a little fairy, because I like to listen to music that, listen to a lot of genres, but I mainly listen to music that reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland. Something where I can forget that I live in this world and how I can be in a magical world. So that was basically the plan of it. And they criticized it, and then they said not only, obviously criticizing something is very different than bullying someone because of something that they made. Now, what did happen afterwards, after they criticized my artwork, they started to be very rude to me. And when I had seen the message, I felt very bummed out. Not because of what they said about the artwork, but because of what they said about me. I won't say what they did say. Basically, it was very hurtful to me. It was to basically like stab me in the heart. And it did a little bit. It did. But as time went on, I decided, you know what? I'm not going to do this project. No. I will do what I'm already doing and continue moving forward, whatever, and just do what I have to do. And last night, I remembered about the project again. I remember how I already have the clay for it and stuff like that. And during the meantime of the same day that this happened, I decided to actually destroy it, like basically just, undo it, whatever I had done, and just put it back with the rest of the clay, as it wasn't fully dried yet. Anyways, last night, I remember about the project, remember I have the clip for it, remember, etc., etc. And I decided to do some research. Saw a lot of beautiful sculptures. And then I got inspired by the same image that inspired me originally, except now I wanted to make it a lot smaller. So, when I looked at it, it's like, you know what? I tell you guys about how you should never let anyone bring you down, make you feel bad, and this whole bunch of other stuff. But when it comes to me, I don't do it for myself. So I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this project. I'm going to do it. Because why should I tell you guys to not allow someone to do these things to you, but when it comes to me, I will allow it? Doesn't make sense. Yeah, so I got working on the project, started doing the body, and let it dry overnight. It's not fully dried yet. It's close to, though. And then I worked on the head this morning. I like it. It's really cute. I was wondering, well, what are you doing for your project then? I'm still going to make a fairy. It's just going to be a lot smaller, so then I can put it somewhere in my room. And I will be able to take it home, and I obviously don't want to make something huge and bring it to school. I just need something to fit in my backpack, so it's just going to be a tiny little fairy. And I have to do this. I need to at least finish it by Wednesday. Yeah. So for you guys, it would be today. For me, I have 3.5 days left still, because it's Monday. So yeah. But don't worry, I will finish it. Don't worry. Shh. But that's pretty much about it. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. I have no idea what else to talk about. But I will stop talking now. So, I love you guys. Stay safe, please. Enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your afternoon, your evening, what time it may be for you. Do your homework. Focus in school, but also focus on yourself. It's very important. So, yeah. Love you guys, and I will see you Thursday. Yeah. Mwah. Bye.